Alright, gonna do a video where I'm gonna try and recreate an issue I'm having. Kind of a weird one. First things first, key needs to be on. Headlights are on, and the issue is, turn all this off. Issue is whenever the lights are on, it's in auto mode at night. If I turn my right turn signal on, sometimes, as you can see, the high beam comes on. It's more of just like a flick, but it gets pretty aggravating. There we go, that was pushed forward and now back. So when it goes forward and comes back, it's still latched. It's in right turn mode. So I'm going to take the entire multifunction switch out, and I'm going to attempt to repair it. If not, I'll just get a new one. To get this clamshell off, I know mine doesn't have any screws underneath, but that doesn't mean that somebody else's may. Yeah, mine was, there's holes there, but they're not threaded, so it never did. So to get it off, it just unhinges. Pull it straight out, it comes out. Like I said, it hinges open, but the hinge locations are in the back. So it just kind of, unclip it. Push downward on it, away from the steering wheel too. That'll help a little. And then this rubber boot's gonna stay off. And then if you can, finagle the two hinges apart. They're like a hook style hinge. And that's it. And that's what we came here for, is that switch. Yeah, you can see it's real dirty. But I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. So this would be, screw size is actually a T25, and what I've got is my T25 driver. I'm just gonna unscrew it. And the side screw, I'm gonna try something a little different. Because of where it's at, right there, I'm gonna try and use a 1/4 inch wrench and a T20 bit. Okay. I'll rotate the steering wheel enough to get the regular screwdriver on it. Take it the rest of the way out. And there it is. So now this whole assembly is free. I'm gonna disconnect the wiring harnesses from it. A tool like this works good for these kind of clips. Get some tension on it. Put it under the lock tab. Once it's out of the way, pull the clip out. It's got one here. Same thing. And same thing on the gray one. And there is another one that's on a pigtail in here. You see it? And the tank is on the opposite. Up and out of the way. And there. Alright, I've got the stalk out, the whole switch assembly. It's pretty dirty. First I'm going to try to clear everything out of it. Try and figure out exactly how it works. Either way, I'm hoping for the best, because to buy a new one, I mean, be looking at anywhere $40 and up.
Shit.
Yeah. No. But if I break it, I do gotta buy one. So, but it'd be cool to try and fix it without spending anything. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is try and dust all this out because it's filthy. Okay. So there's a lot of mechanisms going on in here. This is a whole mechanism that looks like it could definitely fall out. I don't see anything pertaining to the high beam from this angle. Now the back side of this assembly comes apart as well, but it's just clipped, it's not screwed. So I'm gonna put this back for now, because I may not even need to be in this part.
Wrong.
Maybe I'll just put 2 screws. And what I'm doing is, well, like picking a lock. Keep tension on the whole assembly as you're pulling up the clips, so they don't fall back down. Okay, there's one spring there. And this is where all our contacts are going to lie. Awesome. So that looks like it's definitely going to be part of the high beam as switch. Contacts here, that makes up the left and right turn signal. Here makes up the high and flash. Wheel in there on a gear that turns and meshes into this. I want to get that out of alignment, that's for sure. And it touches different locations and runs a different current through a ladder of resistors. Right here makes up the spray feature. These contacts definitely have to do with the high beam. The question is, why are they getting engaged? What's causing my high beam to engage? Is that inside here there's a tang, a lever that gets pushed forward and back off the end of the stalk, and that's what's actuating this, the striker slider for the high beam. See, if I put a little bit of pressure on it, when I go to the right, it goes down a little. When I go to the left, it goes forward a little. So there's definitely something on the end of that mechanism may be worn. I'm going to go ahead and put this back together on this side. And there was one clip here holding this in. Keep that. That sleeve comes off. Alright, now I've just wiggled it. The wiring's still intact. The cruise set wiring is still holding it kind of tight. It's worn. And there is the part that receives it. And it's very worn. That sucks. This piece I'm cleaning up all the grease, and notice a lot of this grease is embedded with the plastic that's been worn down, like a powder mixed with the grease. Okay, so the solution I've come up with, the best thing I'm going to be able to do is actually use JB Weld to build up this area, let it cure, and then come back with a file and shape it back down. I might actually leave it a little bit upward indented, raised a little, since the receiving side of the switch is worn as well. That's where we're going to go with this. The only thing that I can really think that's going to bond to that really good, I can't tell if it's nylon or ABS. It's not polypropylene. It's not PVC. Like I said, I think it's nylon or ABS. So I'm going to clean it as good as I can, get all that grease off of it. I'm going to take and add, I think it's glass reinforced nylon. The JB Weld should bond to it really well. Yeah. And obviously this video would not be complete without, I mean, it's free, right? It's there. Why throw it away? I can use it to mix up epoxies, fillers. Why not? Alright. I want to press it pretty hard. I'm going to use the edge actually. Don't want any on the sides. I don't want to leave too much material on there, even though I'm going to just eventually sand it off. The less material that I have to sand off, the less chance I have of it getting down in this greased mechanical assembly. Tomorrow I'll file it down smooth, maybe a little bit of protrusion bump on it. Okay, I'm back on it. JB Weld is dried. Go ahead and file it down, try and smooth it out to the shape I want. The camera can see all this. Not that I would advise anyone to do this. And honestly, just buy the switch. But personally, ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Seems pretty good. It's pretty hard. I think I might just get lucky if I just grease it. A little bit more raised than the original because this is worn, so that'll work out. Okay, now that that's all done, go ahead and grease everything up, add a little bit in everything. Now it's time to put it all back together. What the hell about this part? Okay, back together. That should be pretty good. So, now take this thing out. Put the Torx back in. It's the wrong driver. BRB. The cruise control switch. Okay. And you know, I'm gonna add a zip tie, I think, to all those. No, never mind, I'm not. Hopefully, everything's gonna work good.
Testing. System ready. Voice alert.
Well, that seems slow. Hope I didn't put that in the wrong.
Testing.
That could be a lot of it too.
Testing. System ready.
Whew.
Voice alert.
Speed's good. Ah, so far so good. Well, look at that. High beam forward does not work. That's wonderful. Wonder why that is. Wait a minute. Oh, because I had the headlight switch off. Oh, like a champ.
KA alert.
Perfect. First try. Nice. That's it. That's it. It's fixed. Time to put everything back together. And yeah, I fixed it. A little bit of JB weld. I'm sure it'll give me a good couple more years of use. Awesome. Getting the steering column back together. For instance, that's already set. And Hard part's gonna be getting this lip. Finagle in to get it just perfect. Put that back in. Knee bolster. Hi.
Mommy, no. Mommy,
Testing.
I want
System ready.
Hold on.
Voice
some trout.
alert.
Hold on. So one of the tricks with one of these is just make sure that these bottom two line up. Just like that. Climbing up.
Are you ready again?
Yep, you driving?
Beep, boom, boom, boom. Beep, beep.